Super quick message today, and it's all about manifestation. And the guides say you will get what you ask for. You will get what you ask for. And the only question is, how long will it take for what you ask for to unfold? The guides say as soon as you put out your request into the universe, instantaneously the answer to your question, though the pathway to get there is a million different pathways, and you can put yourself in alignment with whichever pathway it is that you choose to get there. The thing is that we sometimes change what we want before what we want manifests, okay? So the guides are saying you can have whatever you want as soon as you ask for it, and if not as soon as you ask for it, you must know that you are already in alignment with what it is that you ask for. Even if it does not physically manifest and materialize in that there moment, you are already connected to the path to get there, or else you would never ask for it. It would never be a vibrational resonance to you. You would never shoot out the energy that you desire that into your experience if it was not already meant for you, and that you were not already somewhat in vibrational alignment to desire what you are asking for. The guides say, again, we like to course correct very frequently. So we'll say, oh, I want this car, and then for the whole month, I want this car, I want this car, I want this car, and then the next month comes around, oh, you know what, I'm looking at that instead, I'm looking at that, I'm looking at that, I'm looking at that. And then something new unfolds, and it's like, I'm looking at that, I'm looking at that, I'm looking at that. And the guides say that it's only a matter of time before what you ask for materialize. Again, it's just that we change the object of our desire before our desire finishes materializing. And I think I've made a video about this before, but again, the guides are saying that our manifestations are materializing at such rampant rate right now. Sometimes you will receive the thing that you asked for, but it doesn't exactly come in the packaging or the box wrapper that you wanted in. Therefore, you do not perceive it as that which you have asked for, though it is exactly what you have asked for. So yeah, my guides are wanting me to share this example. So I always say, oh, I want to travel to work. I want to do what I love. I want to travel. I want to get to see the world, and I want to get paid to do so, right? And so this opportunity had unfolded for me to go out of town, and they were going to obviously pay me to work for that opportunity, and also pay for my hotel. All I had to do was get there and I'd get paid, right? But again, because it did not come in the packaging that I wanted, meaning that in my head I'm like, it's going to come from my brand, it's going to be a brand collaboration, they're going to invite me to the hotel, and I'm going to get to take the pictures and blah blah blah, right? That was my fixed way of saying I want it like that. But the way that the universe presented it to me was in a completely different opportunity, and I almost said no to that completely different opportunity because it did not come wrapped in the packaging that I thought it was going to come in. But what you have to understand is, as soon as you say that you want something, the universe will start to give you small glimpses, small pieces of what you say that you want, and you must say yes to every small little breadcrumb, because that is opening you up to the thing that you really said you wanted. Think of it as like training ground, right? So I got the opportunity to go out of town. Yes, it was somewhere that I have already been to this state before. No, it didn't come from an experience through my brand, though my guides are saying, okay, well, you said that you wanted this. If you accept it in this form, then I know that you're open to it coming in that form, right? Just like, I gave you guys the example in my other video. I was asking the universe, I want my own apartment, I want my own apartment, I want my own apartment. And then the universe gives me my own apartment, but it is an unconventional way in which I received it, and I said, oh, okay, well, this isn't exactly what I wanted, so I guess I'll keep asking for what I wanted. It's like, no, you have to see what you have received as exactly what you want, okay? Keep saying yes to the things that seem like they are in alignment with what you really want. It really is just like you climbing the ladder to what you say you want. I have this one last thing to say, and this actually is a download that came from my friend. I was chatting with him the other day in the park, and he was basically saying that life is like a big video game, right? And in video games, do you know when you have the little quests and the big quests, right? And in the little quests, sometimes you will have to, you know, run errands around the little fake world of the video game, right? Or you'll have to like just do little quests, kill the little monsters, get the little drops out of the monsters. So they're right. So they're the little tests, the little quests in life or the video game. And then we have the big quests where you have to fight the boss, right? Where you reach a certain level where you get to go further in the video game if you can beat this boss, right? So my friend was basically saying that a lot of us are trying to go straight to the big boss. A lot of us are trying to go straight to fighting the hard things, asking for the big things in life. Meanwhile, we are given these small little quests in life that we can ace very easily. And in doing and taking on the little quests, we are getting XP. If you're a gamer, you know what XP is essentially like experience points, right? The more experience points that you receive, you can finally eventually level up in the game, right? And you do the little quests to make your character strong enough so that when you do go to the big boss, you can beat them, right? But a lot of times people are trying to go straight to the big boss, straight to the big boss, straight to the big boss with no experience points, right? And if we're plugging this back into everyday life, when I'm talking about experience points, the little quests that we do in life could be, I went to the grocery store today, my store clerk had a bad attitude, and instead of popping off on them, I shared love and kindness, and I smiled anyway, and I said, you have a great day, right? That's the little experience points that add up that will get you past the big boss. Another example, let's say, I don't know, you were at work and somebody triggered you, and the typical thing that you would do is speak your mind and go off on them, but instead you decide you're going to choose peace, right? And you're going to not allow their trigger to trigger you, right? And so again, that's you getting a little bit of experience points. I'll give you one more example because this is very worldly, and I think everybody can attest to this. Let's say you have bills coming up, or you have a lot to pay, you're stressed out financially, and something random happens, like you get in a small little car accident, or a random unexpected bill comes up, right? And it really agitates you and irritates you because deep down like, ooh, the resources are a little bit thin and I don't want to have to shell out all this money, right? So again, that is a small quest, and you can pass that small quest instead of freaking out and saying, oh my god, I can't, spiraling as we do when we believe we're out of resources, which is just a perception, right? Because resources are completely and always flowing into us. But again, if we sink down into that, oh no, I'm doomed, I'm gonna be stuck, I can't afford this, right? That would be a way to fail the mini quest. But to pass that mini quest, you'd say, okay, I will do what I can, and I'm opening myself up to more resources, and I know that I will be divinely guided and protected through this period, and all my needs will get met in divine timing, right? So then you would, again, essentially beat that quest if you looked at it from that perspective, right? So essentially, my friend was saying that a lot of us are not seeing the small, little, everyday, energetic encounters that we go through in our lives as little quests. We all just want to go straight to the big boss, right? Like, I'm going to buy this $500,000 house, and that's my big boss. Or I'm going to, whatever the case may be, whatever the big things are in your life that you're like, I'm here to do this and I only want to do that, right? These small other little things, these small other little occurrences that happen in our lives are essentially giving us experience points so that when we do get to the big bosses, we can pass the test so that we can continue to move on and evolve in life, okay? So saying all this to say this, I'm going to plug this back into manifestation. Sometimes we'll see little things happen in our lives that have completely nothing to do with what we're trying to manifest or what we're trying to call into our life, or we perceive it to have absolutely nothing to do with what we're trying to call in and manifest. But really, every single little quest, every single little test is, again, experience points so that you can eventually take on the big boss, okay? So nothing in your life is unfolding for no reason. Every little thing that is happening in your life is happening for a reason. Again, to give you experience points so that when you do go up against the big things that would be a little bit more earth-shattering to somebody, you will have more than enough skill or experience to take on these things head on and get to the next level, okay? So again, this has everything to do with manifestation, because what you're asking for is manifesting instantly. Every little experience that you're having is an invitation or a step towards what you're trying to manifest. Again, when we see it as, oh, this is completely irrelevant to what I'm calling into my life, this is just an annoyance and I can't wait to get through, you know, like, no, that little annoyance, that little quest is essentially going to put you on the path to the big boss, to the big thing that you're trying to call into your life. So that is the message today, and it's just to keep your eyes open for that which you say that you want and all the forms that it manifests and materializes as. Because sometimes you'll never just be given exactly what you want. Sometimes you have to fight the little quest. Sometimes you have to make it through the little quest to get the experience point so that you can be strong enough to face the big bosses, okay? One last example, because it's coming up, right? Maybe your little boss, your little quest is to make a quick $100 every week, $200 every week, right? But the big boss that you say you want is, you say you want to make $10,000 a week. You say you want to, you know, whatever, not a week, but $10,000 a month, or 6 figures a month, 7 figures a month. That's the big boss. That's the big goal, right? Well, you're going to face small instances where people will offer you, I don't know, small chunks of money at a time, like, do this for $22, do this for $100, you know, like, and it's not the big money that you want all at once, but the universe is just testing you. Are you willing to do the small things, the easy things that come natural to you, so that you can open yourself up to the opportunities that will lead to the bigger money? Again, taking on the small little quest so that you can get to the big boss. It's all in alignment. It's all connected. So don't ever think you're gonna go straight up to the big boss and win and be successful without getting that experience points, again, through the small little things that we're manifesting. It's all manifestation. It's all moving energy. Okay, if you move energy in the small quest, you can move energy in the big quest. But don't expect to move the big energy in the big quest without taking on these small quests again, and seeing them as significant and beneficial to that which you were trying to manifest and call in. So I hope that makes sense, and I will see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.